Welcome, Rowdies and Rowdettes. Sorry, guys. Hey, welcome, Rowdy Nation, I guess, to Episode 9 of the Rowdy Nights podcast. Um, yeah, it's gonna be a great one. I mean, last time we did one of these for real, it was, I want to say, before I won the championship. Um, so yeah. Let's give a recap of that. First of all, that championship trophy in my hand, you'll see right now. Yeah, it's mine now for real. I did indeed win the MRA championship. Um, Also, as you can see by the photos literally surrounding your screen, there's a bunch of Daytona 500 stuff because I won that race too. I mean, JoJo was the reason I won because he gave me the ride and he pushed me to victory. So thank you, JoJo. But now is not the time for thank yous. Now is the time to get into racing. So, since we haven't done one of these since 2018, like Texas, I want to say 2018. I don't know. We'll start from the top, man. Start from the top of 2019. So, move to the Clash. First of all, I'm going to give a quick recap of every race. So Clash, Jimmy Johnson, Rex Palmenard, break the giant pile of 3 cars, get out unscathed. Jimmy Johnson wins that race. Duels, Jimmy Johnson, Rex Kyle Busch. Duel 1 was, I believe, Kevin Harvick. Duel 2 was like Joey Logano. Then NASCAR Daytona 500 went to Denny Hamlin after the final crazy hour that took 20 laps. Like 20 laps literally took an hour. Atlanta, kind of boring. Keselowski won with the flu. Vegas, once again, kind of boring. Logano won. Yeah, I'm not going to give a recap for every single series. But let's hop right into what we normally start this with. The NASCAR Monster Energy Cup Series after whatever track they were at this weekend. ISM. Correct. ISM got Rowdy the victory this weekend. So that's amazing, as always. So he was able to actually pull off the weekend sweep. So I'm going to go for points at the moment. So Monster Energy Cup Series points standings after ISM are indeed Kyle Busch first, Joey Logano second, third, Kevin Harvick, fourth, Denny Hamlin, fifth, another Toyota, Martin Truex Jr., sixth, Kyle Larson, seventh, Brad Keselowski, seventh, Eric Almirola, eighth, Brad Keselowski, ninth, Kurt Busch. Rounding up the top 10 is somebody that I find really surprising to be in the top 10 in points. That's Ricky Stenhouse. I'm going to go through some notable positions in the points. Notable positions being DiBarino all the way back in 24th, which kind of sucks. Casey Mears last in the points. There's no real notable stuff I wouldn't expect, except Almirola in the top 10 for some reason. And how there are only 37 cars that have made a lap. One thing I do want to point out, Martin Truex Jr. has led 0 laps this season. Yeah. I'm just going by stats. Neither is Denny Hamlin, though. No, sorry, it's stage wins. Excuse me. Sorry. I didn't mean to. I messed up on that. Sorry, guys. I'm looking at a website and stats are a little confusing here. Clint Boyer, 0 laps led, as well as Chase Elliott, Eric Jones, Jimmy Johnson. List goes down from there. But, except surprising 6 laps led for Jamie McMurray, but we're not going to keep going with the laps led. See, if you guys asking who my favorite driver is, probably the one whose literally name is in the title. It's called Rowdy Nice for a reason. Thank you, JoJo. Yes, it is. Rowdy, Kyle Busch. But I'm not entirely biased. My first favorite was Gordon. Um, and I do like some other drivers. Uh, but if you're asking for a Kyle Busch's out, who would I cheer for? I would realistically probably go for Johnson, because Johnson, he's like the old guy. He's just left there. You know what I mean? He doesn't really fit with the new young crowd, but he also isn't all the way already gone like a few drivers were when they retired. Because Johnson still has about a year left in him, and with the good equipment. So yeah. Let me hop over to Xfinity points after talking about the Xfinity race this weekend. Kyle Busch won that race too, so y'all can call it a leech win, whatever you guys want to call it. I call it a weekend sweep. So yeah, I'm gonna go through Xfinity points top 10. First in points, Tyler Reddick. Second, Christopher Bell. Third, Cole Custer. Fourth, a surprising Michael Annett. Fifth, Brian Jones. Sixth, Austin Cindric. Seventh, John Nemechek. Eighth, Noah Gragson. Ninth, Justin Allgaier. Last place, it's Ryan Sieg. Yeah, I didn't stutter. That's Ryan Sieg in 10th in the Xfinity point standings. Yeah, so there's who that is. Ross Chastain, 11th. That's great. 12th, Justin Haley. 13th, an SHR car, Chase Briscoe. Then it's Brandon Brown behind him, and 15th is Jeffrey Earnhardt, who doesn't even have a full-time ride, but he's better, but he has more points than few drivers that do have a full-time ride. But now let's hop over to realistically my best my favorite series in NASCAR, the Truck Series, the Gander Outdoors Truck Series. Grant Enfinger leads Harrison Burton second. Third, Austin Hill with that Daytona victory. Stuart Friesen fourth. Fifth, Brent Moffitt, last year's champ. Sixth, Johnny Sauter. Seventh, Matt Crafton. Eighth, a surprising Ben Rhodes. Ninth, Todd Gilliland. And 10th, Sheldon Creed. Honorable places, I guess we can go. Jordan Anderson, 20th, not really climbing, but we need him to climb. I guess Sheldon Creed in 10th, and I believe this is like his rookie year. Timothy Peters in 11th, Gus Dean in 14th, last place in points. Well, Stephon Parsons is pretty low down there too. But yeah. So any other questions you guys can just ask. But now it's not the time for questions. I went through everything in NASCAR, so we're gonna move on to MRA. We did truck races, did we? No, I lied. We did truck race. The truck race this weekend was at Bowman Gray, very nice short track in, I believe, North Carolina. He won for Richard Petty Motorsports. First career win for the rookie, so this was a nice, amazing, just performance all day, all weekend long by young, upcoming stars. So Grover wins in Xfinity, the 44. He was so good. It was basically him versus Mirror. Mirror is showing a lot of speed in that number 2. King Laser going back to back. Sweeps every stage. He's my prediction to win the championship. Kid has skill. I just hope next week we can see a new scheme for that car, because we've seen this scheme like all season so far. It's not a bad scheme, but we've seen it all season, as well as the 95 and most of the cars on the racetrack. But who am I to talk about the same scheme every week? Dark won the Cup race. I wasn't actually at the Cup race, so I can't comment on the Cup race racing, but just by the overall reaction by the drivers after the race, King Awesome and Ford had a fight post race. Um, I'll give you a recap of last week's Cup race, the Charlotte race. Cough, cough, I should have won. Yet the 88 car beats me at a track that I'm pretty good at once again. Just like back in season 4, it was literally the same exact thing as season 4. Green flag pit stop screwed everybody over. Or just pit stop screwed everybody over. And Dale ended up winning the race. I mean, he has talent. There's no way I can say that he doesn't have talent. Now that, damn, we are actually really, really good on schedule at the moment because it's scheduled to end. So it was only going to be a 30-minute, but I might extend it a little bit because right now we're really good. We have like 20 minutes left till the end of this thing because we've been going for about, how long now? Only 10? Well then, yeah, we have about 20 left. So, maybe only 10 left. We might not do an entire lethal show. But, another thing I do want to get into, because I'm going to be recapping some other types of races as well. IndyCar race at St. Petersburg. I know NBC had some, I don't even know what to call it, issues again with their streaming. Not even streaming, with just the normal actual NBC. It went dark for like, I want to say 10 minutes. And they had to do like 10 laps of the race, like radio style, because the picture wasn't working. And NBC just signed this major deal with, I don't even know, the major deal with IndyCar, NTT IndyCar Series. I know it's not good for branding. No, it's really not good for branding, but yeah, when you have IndyCar, and you sign this big deal, and then you mess up that bad, you can't repair that. So I'm hoping IndyCar finds a new broadcaster very soon, because we all know NBC is not going to work out very well. NASCAR was doing fine. If it could just stick to NASCAR and do the, if we can get Waltrip to go to NBC, and just the boogity boogity boogity. Final four for every division in MRA. Bam. Let's see about that. So, four for every division in MRA. Let me just pull up points for MRA. Should have had these already up. Don't know why I didn't. So final four in MRA. I say I'll start with the truck series. I say Grover's making it. I say we're gonna see a surprise run out of Mirror, and I say if Homestead, if she makes more races, she's in. Last one, I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna go with my own driver. I'm gonna say Mike can pull something through here. I believe Mike will be able to do it. I will go over points in every race. Cyan, I know you want me to because points leader in trucks. Duh. Cyan leads the points with 270. Grover second with 253 with 2 wins. King of King Game. He's part of the truck series for, I believe, 2 seasons now. He was very good in his rookie year. I don't have him making the Final Four. I have him sitting 5th in the points, just like his teammate Avia did last year. Mike, 4th, Av, 5th. 6th, Mirror. 7th, GTI. I believe he quit though, so I'm not sure when he's still listed on the points. Kyle Chief in 8th. That's an interesting story there because Kyle Chief has the skill level. Kyle Chief has the capability to run good. He just needs to find the right type of vehicle for him to do. And I don't think trucks is his thing. I mean, he's currently going to make the chase, yeah, but I don't see him legitimately doing anything after, damn it! After, sorry about that, guys. I just realized I got passed because I missed one race. Homestead 9th, currently out of the chase with a victory. AJ 10th, Chubb 11th, and Vix 12th. I know Vix was wide in the series last year, and then he's finally in. He's last. I'll go over Xfinity points as King Laser has the points lead with 4 wins. He is my champion pick. I don't have one for the trucks yet, but King Laser is my championship pick. He's also obviously in that final 4. Joey, I have Joey missing out on the final 4. I have NASCAR, who's sitting in 3rd. I have NASCAR Games making it in. I have Avia making it in. And the last one to make it in, I think Eagle. Eagle just needs a few more good runs and he's in there. Also, Homie, 6th, 7th, Reckless, 8th, Nug, 9th, Daniel, not sure who that is. Okay. Tough Tyler. He has a lot of skill, and I'm surprised that he's still in the Xfinity Series. He should be running Cup by now. I know there was some rumors that he wasn't going to run Cup, but yes, like most rumors, that didn't actually happen. Titan, 12th. Tim, sitting in next 13th. 14th, Leo, another driver I would expect to be in the Cup Series by now. Reckless in last. Or no, wait, why did I say Reckless? I meant Braden. Reckless is in 7th. Sorry, guys. Braden is in 15th. I'll go over the Cup points, which I'm kind of still a little mad about. That well, I'm not that far back. Okay, so Dark leads the points now. His 1 victory. He's a rookie. Is great, but as soon as the points reset, I'm gonna totally down. 254 in 2nd, pretty good. Me, I'm 234 in 3rd. King Awesome, 235 with a victory. Now, first driver without a victory sits in 5th. That's Lego with 230. Then 6th, Agent. Then JoJo, Pepsi with a victory. Rocky, also with a victory. Then 10th, JJ. I did not believe the rumors that he was going to run a full season, but it looks like he is, and he's going to make a chase if he keeps this streak up. BT, another young rookie that I didn't expect to perform this season. I mean, I know he's a great driver. I know he was great for CGR and Xfinity, but now that he's up in the Cup Series, I didn't actually believe that he was going to do what he's doing now. He's currently going to make the chase. Granted, he's very far back. But Ford currently making the chase. Warhorse Warhorse is projected right outside of it. Spider. Spider sitting 14th. Brad in the Cup Series. I think if Brad can come to a few more races, I believe he's in. Custer and 16th, Super in 17th. Jimmy rounding out the Cup Series points. Let's go take a look at the all-time win list real quick because we need to fill some time. We got Ellie. Ellie's up in the lead of the all-time win list. I finally broke the top 10 of the all-time win list. But, yeah. Oh, we're all tied. Sorry. That was stupid. Oh, yeah. So Ellie leads in 2 out of the 3 series for most wins. He is tied in both Xfinity and Cup. Second, Dale Jr. with 7 wins in the Xfinity Series. Such a great driver. And King Laser, 5th on the Xfinity all-time win list. Yeah. Instead, still standing high on that truck championship, leading the all-time win list with 9 wins in a single, 8 wins in a single season. Pepsi there, 2nd. JoJo, 3rd on that truck series all-time win list. So next weekend it is Daytona for MRA, which is pretty good because I finished 2nd there last year. 2nd only to Lego. Lego is a Lego's a pretty great fleet racer. He's going to be there. Sure.
Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen. It's your MRA owner, Jumbo Quiddy. I have a big announcement. For Daytona, when we're returning back, we will have a different type of drafting. The drafting will not be a simple block right next to the cars. We'll have another type of drafting, so it'll be less like.
Heard it here. Heard it here first. We will have a new type of new type of drafting. So that's gonna be great. Let's go over just some new Cup Series news. So our boy Rowdy gets 199. Now I know a lot of you guys don't like when people say this, but Rowdy's victories and Petty's victories are both very impressive. They're not equally impressive because Petty's are all in the cup. Yeah, I understand that. But don't forget, a lot of them are at fairgrounds against local short track drivers. Yeah, but they were also NASCAR victories. So there are two sides to this argument. One of them being Petty shouldn't really have those 200 because they were short tracks and they weren't. Some of them were dirt tracks and they weren't all in the modern era and all this kind of stuff. But in reality, he's Richard Petty. He's called the king for a reason. And on to Rowdy's almost 200 victories. There are 200 victories in the top level of stock car competition in America. I don't care what anybody says. They are equal. They are 200 victories in the top three levels of the highest competition in stock car racing in America. Potentially, I'm going to go out on a limb and say NASCAR is the greatest stock car racing league in the world. I mean, stock car, that is the difference between a sports car league, IMSA, difference between an open wheel league, Formula One, and IndyCar. There's differences. I'm saying stock car, pure short track, like American, like that's on, but they're both amazing feats to accomplish in, like, it's just so impressive that a driver can win in three different series and it can equal 200 all-time victories in a season that's been how long? It's how do you get? It's almost superhuman to get 200 victories in NASCAR overall. I mean, if you guys all want to get mad at Kyle Busch for running in Xfinity, yeah, that's fine. Go get mad. I'm not one to judge because I get mad too. I don't necessarily approve of him always running Xfinity and winning Xfinity races, but there's still victories in NASCAR, man. He's not the only one that does it either. Literally, in these races, literally in the races that Kyle Shorts, you saw Austin Dillon there. And Dillon was in top level equipment that Ross Chastain won stages with at Daytona. And I mean, it's impressive that Kyle Busch can win anything. And also, don't forget, they are different types of cars. When Kyle Busch wins in Xfinity, it's a Supra, versus in Cup when it's a Camry, and they're just different. Also, different tracks too. Some of them are different tracks. No, Kyle doesn't really run different tracks, but you know what I mean. But yeah, I'm also I saved this for last. Give me one sec. Pizza Hut Cup Series gets got a little dirty this weekend at Eldora. Here in 3 nights at Eldora. I'm gonna go over and recap each night. Just for anybody that is any bit interested. So to close the show out for tonight, I'm gonna go. I might have one or two more topics right after, but at the moment, just going to have recap of every night's race. So kicking off the night with the sprint car race at Eldora. Pretty solid race. Kim got the victory in the number 40. Um, then going to the other then going to the late model race, so Prelude to the Dream, JoJo got that victory. Then the other sprint car race on Friday night, Kim got that victory as well. Tim swept sprint car races Friday night. Then practice for the Eldora Dirt Derby, Warhorse goes up and over the fence. As during the Eldora Dirt Derby, several drivers did have major accidents. Um, Nathan wins the Eldora Dirt Derby, which is very impressive to almost everybody. That happened on Saturday, and as well on Saturday, Titan won both stock car races. And that closed out the night on Saturday night. And Sunday, we had at dusk, we had a stock car race that was won by none other than Nathan. And to close, one of the closing events of Sunday night was a truck race that Warhorse was able to win. Then after that, to close out the night, was Avia Matt's turn to win. He finally gets a victory in the Eldora Derby, and it was indeed um, the closing late models. One other thing I am going to point out, Kyle, yes, if you guys are wondering, Kyle Bush 5418 fan had a terrible practice crash in Pizza Hut. So, yeah, the side of his car just got ripped to shreds. It's so stupid. Um, but yeah, so that happened. Should Kyle Busch run Eldora? Are you talking about um like the Eldora Dirt Derby, or because he has ran Eldora before? Prelude to the Dream. But yeah, so he did run the Prelude to the Dream. He did win that race 1 year. But I understand you're probably most likely talking about talking about the Eldora Dirt Derby, and my opinion, no, dude. He shouldn't run that race. It would be a nightmare for his schedule because I'm not sure if you understand how late that race runs. I'm not sure if you watched it last year. Um, I'm not sure if you understand how late that race runs, dude. I fell asleep before that race was over. It was I mean, the race ended at like 2. I watched like the very end of it, but I fell asleep. Like I was watching the 2017 one, and that one ran late. It also started late, and there were several crashes. But you know what I mean? It ran late. Um, and it would be a scheduling nightmare. Where does the Cup Series won't run when the trucks run Eldora? Trucks at Eldora. Uh, run like Daytona right after, right? So 2019. Yeah. So I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna look and I'm gonna see where they are. Yeah, Jets working on Daytona. Is that a big deal? I'm gonna go and check when Eldora is and what the date is at Eldora. It's like July. They do want to miss my birthday. So it's July 6th for minutes. That wasn't one of the terrifying. Eldora. Eldora is August 1st. The Monster Energy Cup Series on August. They rarely race. Oh, wait, no, sorry. Excuse me. I was going to get ready to yell, but I wasn't even necessary yet. August 4th, they're at the Glen, which means you're saying they have to go from Rossburg, Ohio to Watkins Glen, New York, when the Truck Series races on August 1st, and the race is on August 4th with the Xfinity race, and that's on a Sunday, which means the truck race, what day is that? What is August 1st? It's here. August 1st, 2019. What is it this year? It's a Thursday. There's no way a cup driver could run the Eldora Dirt Derby. It's on a Thursday. They have practice on Friday. Qualifying on Friday. They have practice on Thursday. They have practice Thursday. Qualifying Friday. If they're running the Xfinity race, they do that. And the cup race on top of that on Sunday. So even if you, immediately after the race, you fly to Watkins Glen, right? Like even if you after the race you fly to Watkins Glen from Rossburg, Ohio, that should take you how long? Flight from Ohio to Watkins Glen. Rossburg, Ohio to okay. Okay. 8 hours and 11 minutes to drive. So I want to say it's like what 4 hours fully, right? There is no way a driver could get enough rest because say the race ends at a normal time like 11, right? If the race ends at a normal time like 11 o'clock, right? If the race ends at 11, they get immediately on the plane. By the time the plane leaves, it'll be 12. By the time they get to Watkins Glen, it will be 4 a.m. on Friday. They have qualifying Friday night. No, Friday during the day, so probably about 5. So they have about 12 hours after they get off the plane to go qualify. There's no way you could rest for qualifying in 12 hours, including all of the media, all of the practice, and all of everything. There's no way an active cup driver could run Eldora on the Watkins Glen schedule unless they pull a Ross Chastain at Iowa, where he ran it, where somebody, Greg Golding, had to qualify for him. But unless that happens, then there's no. What retired drivers do I want to see run Eldora? Retired? Gordon, Stewart. I think if we get Gordon, Stewart, and Mark Martin to run dirt, right? Yeah, but Jojo, you don't understand. That's a thing that people do. And the Indy 500 ends the same day as the race, and it ends earlier than the race. Jojo, because that's a thing people do. Because it's from Indy to Charlotte. That's like what, 2 hours? Yeah, I believe Newman ran Eldora, but I believe in 2018 the track was like Daytona. Well, yeah, he did, but was he good? No, I'm talking about a good active driver. There's no way. Like I'm talking about no way Kyle Busch. I'm talking about media stuff. Like I'm talking about including everything. Um, and Kurt Busch did that for the Indy 500 because that's the thing that people do, Jojo. It's the same day, and it's been done before. It's not impressive. Like Newman ran it, yeah, but Newman like didn't finish it. Are you talking about consecutive? Like, are you talking about like, could a cup driver do the 24 hours at Daytona and then run the Daytona? What do you mean? I don't understand your question here. Are you talking about like, um, do you think like the full distance of 6 hour of 24 plus? No, there's no way a driver could run 30 hours. Well, realistically, you would have to. They do like what, 8 hours? So even that's a lot, dude. Even total hours in a race car that weekend would be like what, 14? There's no way you could possibly do that. Um, yeah, that's 100% reasonable. That's reasonable. Yeah, people have done that, dude. That's like a thing people do. Like the Earnhardts did that. Like I think I think Gordon. Well, I mean, it's not unpopular to do. Do you know what I mean? It's not like a such a far concept. And yeah, JoJo, they could run. Kurt Busch did run the Indy 500 and Coke 600. But 1 year it is. Wait, Kyle, you're talking about you think a driver could run combined of both races whenever? Then no way. You know how exhausted you are? You know, like you can't sleep? See, Cindric did. No way. That is impossible. Kyle, how long is that in the race car? That's what, about 2 hours for the truck series on average? So that's 16. An Xfinity, add what to that? Like 3 hours? There's no way you could run 19 hours in a race car within the span of 3 days, Kyle. They had Monster and coffee. That still wouldn't be enough to get you through 19 hours of no sleep, driving around 2 different courses in 3 days in 4 different cars. You can't sleep during 24 hours. Do you understand that how loud it is and how anxious you are the whole night? Do you even watch 24 Hours this year? I'm so pissed that we didn't get going at the end of that race. But otherwise, it's about, we're hitting the 40-minute mark, about, right, guys? Uh, Temperature in the cars, yeah. That's going to affect you too. So 19 hours of sleep, 19 hours without sleep, which is humanly possible, right? But not a strenuous activity for like 19 hours within the span of 3 days. Um, Kyle, no. There is no substance that would be able to get you through about 100-degree temperatures every day for about an average of like 5 hours. Maybe about 4 hours every day. Like an average of four. Yeah, probably about an average of 4 hours every single day. Actually, let me figure out what the average for that was. Yeah, you can sleep on the plane, but it's not a good sleep on it. And Jojo, the Eldora is out of the equation because Newman like DNF'd halfway through. So if we're gonna bring up Newman, oh my God, Kyle, I'm done with that. So what? So we're saying that's about an average of 8 hours in the 24 hours. How long are we gonna say the Daytona 500 is? How long is it? Like 5 hours, right? Daytona 500 is like 5 hours on itself. How long are we gonna say the truck race is, guys? How long? How long is the truck race you would want to say? About 2 hours. 2 hours for the truck race, right? So times two, and then times three, right? So Mess something up. Work every day. There's no way you could be able to do that. It's about 40 minutes now. I said I wanted to do a 45-minute show. Currently 9:53. So guys, looks like that's gonna be it for tonight. I mean, you guys have been great. I'm glad you guys were all participating tonight. Don't forget, guys, watch out. There might be a new show coming. Maybe on my channel. It might be like a little Q&A show. So just look out for that. It might be called a little something else besides Rowdy Nights, but I'm gonna talk about that at the moment. So, yeah, guys, that's looks like we're gonna wrap it up for this episode. Final thoughts. Being Kyle Busch and Petty are both potentially the greatest drivers in their era. Kyle Busch's era being 2015 present, and Petty's era being literally whatever years Petty had won a race in. But that's about it. So yeah, I think that's it. I'll see you guys. I'll probably next one's gonna come out Monday night after whatever the next race is. We're gonna go over like Daytona and the next few races. All right, guys. I think that's it.